Another example with the affliction is Apostle Paul. After his conversion, he too suffered many afflictions for the gospel's sake. In Acts chapter 16, we get a very lengthy story. And a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple of the city of Thyatira, which worshiped God, heard us, whose heart the Lord opened, that she attended unto the things which were spoken of Paul. And when she was baptized and her household, she besought us, saying, If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come into my house and abide there. And she constrained us. And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with the spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. The same followed Paul and us and cried, saying, These men are the servants of the Most High God, which show us unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days. But Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the Spirit, I command thee in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of her. And he came out the same hour. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers and brought them to the magistrates, saying, These men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city and teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Roman. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely, who, having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison and made their feet fast in the stocks. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's bands were loose. And the keeper of the prison, awaking out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. So it is clear in that generation, the church was persecuted, afflicted, killed, and hated by all nations. We read about it in the Acts of the Apostles. However, the persecution continues to take place. Historians have dropped the story of the persecution of the Jews because the story gets a bit revealing. The current story is that the Jews were ousted from Jerusalem in 70 AD and have not been recovered until 1948. Throw that in your nearby trash bin. Mainstream historians may tell that tale, but the real historians have documented the Jews' movements and whereabouts in carefully chronicled books. These books are usually left to die in libraries around the world or sold for thousands of dollars on Amazon. We'll crack some of these open as we go along.